Welcome back to the channel. In the next few videos, we're documenting my move from North Carolina to New Hampshire as I'm making a major life shift from retail hell to a life of more freedom. I'm on my way up north to buy and manage a campground, while at the same time moving closer to friends and family. I'll be spending my summers in New England and my winters in warmer climates. Part of my winters will be back with my kids in North Carolina, but I may also do some exploring other parts of the Sun Belt as well. But this is the very start. Stay tuned to this channel as we document the major life shift and try to build the life I've always wanted but could never do. Here we go.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free with me. Let's go, let's be free with Now looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what
Welcome to Virginia.
we're for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, die with my own doubts. Be free.
Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see from the beginning of this video, I'm on the road today. So what's going on today is we are actually on the move from North Carolina bound for New Hampshire to go start my new journey as a campground owner. So I am in the middle of purchasing a campground up in New Hampshire. I can't be more specific than that right now because the current owners don't want it known that the campground is for sale, and I can't have it getting public that it is. So as soon as I can tell you exactly which campground it is, I will definitely let you know. So in the meantime, as you can see, we've been driving for a little while. I left Raleigh about 3.5 hours ago, and we are now somewhere between Richmond, Virginia and Washington, D.C. We have a harvest host that is going to be keeping us for tonight. That is up in West Virginia, just before we get to the Pennsylvania line. We're probably roughly halfway there at this point. So I've stopped to fill up fuel. I've stopped to get some food, go to the bathroom so that we can go ahead and get going. But as you can see, let me pull you up here. My back seat is full of stuff. Front seat is full of stuff. That's mostly camera gear and electronics. Inside the bed, I've got a lot of outdoor equipment that I'm bringing to the campground, including these 2 ladders. And then, of course, inside the camper, I basically have my whole life. So, lots of clothes. The bed is almost covered in monitors. Mostly covered in monitors because I'm bringing my desktop with me, and it's a triple screen system. So, and in the back part of the camper, we have everything from campground stuff. A lot of this stuff is just going to the campground and is going to stay there. a desk, and my bike, and ramps to do car repairs and whatnot. So yeah, that's essentially what's going on. And on the back, I've got my poop tank and my bike rack. This is a new bracket that I put on the bumper, and I didn't want to put any weight on it because, as you just saw, the bunk beds are completely full of stuff, and I also have 25 gallons of water in the fresh tank, and that tank is basically right here up underneath the camper. So it's introducing a lot of sway to the camper. So because of all the weight that's on the bunk beds and the water tank, I decided against putting even more weight this far back from the tires, and that bike weighs over 100 pounds. That would add a lot of weight to the back, giving even more of a leverage point. So I managed to squeeze the bike inside the camper, but in future, when I don't have the camper so loaded with stuff, I'm gonna be putting it on that bike rack. So yeah, anyway, so we have stopped. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a quick lunch because, as you can see, I can't go inside and make lunch. So we're gonna do a little Burger King today. I know that's not healthy, but hey, it is what it is. I'm on the road. It's hard to get in and out of tight spaces with this camper in tow, so that's what we're gonna do. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you, and I'm gonna go inside there, grab a quick bite to eat, and then we're gonna hit the road again.
But here you have it in parentheses instead of the
to West Virginia.
We have made it to our destination for today. I decided to join Harvest Host, which is basically an app that allows people to open up their land for camper parking, and for that they get I'm not sure what they get. I've never been a Harvest Host but anyway, that's where we are right now. As you can see, we're in this kind of field with a bunch of trees in it. I'm staying on the open field so that I can get full solar, keep my battery fully charged, so I don't have to run the generator as much. But for right now, I was hoping to stop at a grocery store when I got off the highway and on the way in, but I didn't see one. So we are going to unhitch, and we're going to go ahead and lock up the camper, and then we're going to run to the grocery store to go get some food. I just looked it up on the phone. It's about 4.5 miles away from here is a Food Lion, so we're going to go ahead and do that. There's like a Dollar General and some smaller stores here. There's some bugs. I gotta close the screen. So there's some of that stuff here too, but no, for this case I'm gonna go ahead and go to a regular grocery store because I have zero food on me. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Where are we? How's everything looking here? Pretty rough. Not bad. Nothing really moved that much. As you can see, it's kind of a mess. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna check to see how our level we are. I think we're a little bit off left to right, but I think for the most part we're level. So I can at least put the slide out, so I got a little bit of room to move at this point. So all right, so that's where we are at the moment. All right, let's see how much solar we're getting. You can see our charge indicator here. Yeah, it's showing 14.32. So as long as we have solar, the fridge is going to be okay as it is. Let's see. I have my little level here. Here's my little level. Here we go. Yeah, we are off, but not by much. So I'm going to go ahead and put the slide out and let solar recharge the batteries while we're gone. So we're going to drop the trailer, open the slide, and then we're going to go to the store. Then we'll be back. Back from the store, so now it is going to be time for a little tailgate hibachi. So I can connect to the propane system on the camper right underneath here. That's what those black dots all over there is splatter from past cooks. But tonight I'm gonna lower the tailgate and I'm gonna put the hibachi right here. But before we do that, we gotta dig our way into the camper, so that's gonna take a bit. Oh, I gotta unlock. There we go. Yeah, we gotta dig our way in. So we're gonna do that first, and then we can bring our groceries in. Alright, in order to drop the tailgate, first I gotta undo these. Probably just this one is all I need to do. So the battery on this generator is dead, so I have to jump start it with the truck. I didn't know the battery was dead on this thing until yesterday, the day before I left. So it was too late to order a new battery, so I am improvising until I get settled in New Hampshire, and then I will go ahead and order a new battery. So this is what I do. Pull the battery out of the compartment so I can hook it up, and then I hook it up to the truck's battery, and it should fire right up. And there it is. It is up and running. Now I can bring it over here and plug the camper into it. This part of the video took way too long, so I'm going to spare you watching me cut all of my veggies. Just to let you know that essentially the hibachi part of the prep of it is essentially cutting up all the veggies, all the meats, everything that's going to go onto the griddle, cutting them up into bite-sized pieces. And that's basically what I'm doing here. Starting with the broccoli, then the zucchini, then the peppers. Carrots are pretty much as they are. I would have preferred carrot chips, but the baby carrot sticks is all I could get at the store that day. And then it's just a matter of rounding up everything and getting it ready to go outside. But before I put the meat on the plate to get it outside, I do grab a bag and go ahead and marinate it in the Japanese sauce. Ideally, you'd want to do this earlier in the day so it has some time to really soak into the meat. But I was driving, didn't have time to stop and do that. So I ended up marinating for just about, I don't know, a half hour or so before I actually put it on the grill. So it still tasted fine. Would have been better if they marinated longer, but that is what it is. So that's pretty much all there is. And then it's just a matter of rounding everything up and bringing it down to the griddle on the outside of the camper and then finish cooking it there. The way Harvest Host works is you pay an annual fee to be part of the program, and then you get one night free stay at any of the hosts. Some hosts will allow you to stay more than one night. In this case, I don't need that because I'm just passing through. But the culture of the program also dictates that you patronize the businesses that you're staying at. Well, this is just somebody's field in their backyard. There's no real business here. But in their listing, they did mention a red box for donations because they do train dogs. And all of the proceeds from the donations go to feeding the dogs. So that is what we're doing right now, is out at this red box. We're going to give them a donation for staying here. So essentially, yeah, I mean, we're on basically a dirt road. Essentially somebody's driveway, and I'm not sure who owns this piece of property. I don't know if it's the guy who lives just over here through the trees, or if it's the people that live just over here through the trees. But either way, I'm doing my part and I'm donating for the free stay. And yeah, so that's basically the way Harvest Host works. Now, tomorrow night I'm staying at a friend's house in Massachusetts, and we're going to be going to a hockey game, a playoff minor league hockey game, and then I'm just going to stay at his house. The following night I'm staying at a Harvest Host close to the campground that I'm buying. So I'm going to stay 2 nights there because night 1 is the night before I have to meet the owners at the campground, and night 2 is after I meet the owners and spend the day at the campground. So after that, I don't know exactly where I'm going to stay. If he wants me, I'm not going to ask for him for me to stay at his campground, but should he ask, I will probably move my camper there. Otherwise, if we don't need to do any business between Thursday and closing, then I'm probably going to go to Maine and park my camper at a friend's house and just stay with him until closing, because closing's almost 2 weeks from now. So yeah, so essentially that's what we're at. All right, we're going to start with these guys. Just going to go ahead and put all that on. sesame, a little bit of sesame oil. A little bit goes a long way, that. The saucier, the better. It's gonna be like 3 meals for me. Probably lunch tomorrow. Tomorrow night I'm going to a hockey game with a friend up in Massachusetts when I get there. So probably lunch tomorrow and lunch Wednesday. Okay, there it is. It's ugly, but it's good. After fixing dinner, I shut the camera off to enjoy my meal, and I never did turn the camera back on. That is essentially how the evening ended. After dinner, I ended up just cleaning up and laying down to go to bed to get ready for the next day, which had an even longer drive than day one. So thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned to the next one where we bring you day 2 of our drive north. Until then, see you in the next one.